Hello everyone, this is Zooc and this is part 6 of the no bullshit approach to drawing stuff. Today I'm going to be approaching the mouth. Speaking of approach, cautiously. I'm going to be approaching the mouth very cautiously. Take that as you may, but the mouth is indeed one of the more complicated elements on the face. Not complicated in and of itself, but complicated because most people don't take into account anatomy. And this is one of the unfortunate circumstances where actual anatomy has to be taken into account for the drawing to make sense. I'm not going to go into this whole discourse about how the jawline is and like the gums and everything, but there are a few key things to remember. I'm just going to grab a lighter pencil. Let's see. Something that's visible at least. An F will do. So I guess in this case, I should probably make a sketch of what I'm gonna be doing. Let's see, piece of paper. There we go. Most people that draw mouths, they draw them from side to side, and that's pretty incorrect because the teeth don't stretch all the way through in the mouth. If you see people smiling or pictures of people smiling, you'll see that it ends somewhere around here, the jaw. So if the mouth stretches all the way through here, the gums will end here, and this is all black pretty much. So sketching out the line of the jaw or the gums. Also got to take into account that there are gums indeed. Like you can't draw teeth straight out of the lip. It doesn't work like that unless the lip is basically covering the entire gum. Just a line to like see where the teeth will be situated. Obviously the width is, or the height is taller here and not as tall here because it is in perspective after all, and the teeth do get shorter both physically and visually as they get further away from the viewer. So yes, so much for that. Just outlining the gums a little bit, trying to see like how they would be in comparison to the lip. Alright, I think that's fine. I guess I'm just gonna give him sharp teeth because that's kind of what I was going for with this creature. With teeth, I oftentimes just sort of take my time and outline them lightly before proceeding to detail them out, because both the eyes and the mouth are the things that people notice a lot of times when looking at someone. So even if it is a fantastic creature, the same applies because it's one of the two defining elements that show expression. The mouth is rather significant in that sense because the way the muscles of the face contract, it shows either anger, intention, or various emotions such as happiness and stuff like that. It matters, always does, unfortunately. This is a lot of teeth. I'm probably gonna have to speed this up because this would take ages if I drew each and every one of them. But yeah, that's kind of, I hope the camera picks it up. I can't really see. So I usually start at the front because I just want to get a notion of how long I want the front teeth to be, and then just make them shorter as we go towards the back of the mouth. Some of the teeth are overlapping here. I'll have to correct that. But for now, it doesn't matter. This is fine, really. It's working out pretty well for me. The teeth also get narrower as they go further away from the viewer because of obvious reasons. Again, perspective. Sharp teeth are always fun to experiment with because you can make them like really crooked to make the monster appear very distorted and really scary looking. Like the straighter the teeth are, the more comfortable someone is with the creature. I've noticed that because it feels human, even though a lot of people do have crooked teeth. but it feels more human than if you were to see like something with really, really crooked teeth in all directions, overlapping. Like what was it like Venom has from Spider-Man, or the other guy. What's his face? I even drew him. I don't remember anymore. Ah, fuck it. It doesn't matter. Someone will probably tell me who it is. Just darkening the corners of the mouth a bit. Just to get the outline of the gums finalized, so to say. And from here on out, it's all teeth shading. All teeth shading, and then I'm going to deal with the gums as well. So since the light is coming from the top left, I treat every tooth like a cone. So it's going to have a core shadow somewhere around here. Maybe this pencil was a bit too dark for it. Let's see. Maybe I'll use the F in any case. So it's going to have, this is the core shadow, and just treat it like a cylinder or a cone, and it's all pretty much the same deal all the way through. Takes a bit of time, so I'm gonna speed this up just for the sake of not wasting anyone's time. If you treat each tooth individually, they will be well defined and then more visible, so you win. Sure, it takes a long ass time, but what you gonna do? Also, when drawing teeth, I outline not the entire tooth, just the place where the tooth hits the gum, because it's gonna have a darker contour there in real life as well. It's basically the shadow of the gum coming and grabbing the tooth, or just folding around the tooth. So that can be just dark, and you'll see later on how I do it. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna speed it up and get this over with. So stay tuned. Alright, so now that I've drawn the teeth, it's time to get down to the gums. The gums are basically just an elevated flab of flesh, really, that it's pretty easy to draw. That's not one of the hardest things. I'm just gonna give it a initial layer, because there's not much that's gonna be white on the gum, so it's mostly just gonna be dark in color, as it is with humans as well. The gum's main role in a piece is basically to distinguish the lips from the rest of the mouth, really, just to show that the lips are indeed above something and they're not just there. It just makes it look more natural. But the mouth is indeed a little bit of work compared to other parts in the drawing. Nothing that we can't handle, though, so it's all good. Okay, let's see. Starting from the front as well on this one. What I basically do is just eye this one. I can't really explain it, but there's supposed to be a small indentation between every two teeth to show that the bone runs through the gum, which it does. But I kind of never really had a method for doing that, just always been sort of improvised as I went along. What I'm doing is just basically shading from the root of the tooth outwards on the gum to show the separation of space between the plane that's lined with the root of the tooth and the plane that's facing us. Just trying to place every indentation just so I know where they are. I can detail them in a little while. Let's see now. So it's gonna be dark under the lip because this space goes between the lip and the gum, so it's gonna be dark and lightening it all the way up to the halfway up the gum really. Let's do it here as well. It's easier when stuff is like, at least I found it this way, when the darkest shade is pure black, because it just gives you an easier time pulling stuff from it, like showing, for example, that hey, this thing stretches all the way down past the shadows and up to a point where we can't see it. If it's not completely dark, I don't know, it just seems to me like it doesn't do as well of a job, or as good of a job actually. The gum also plays a rather major part in separating each tooth as well, because you can show that, you know, the carryover shadow from the tooth prolongs past the gum and all that. Let's see in a second. So this is the darkest point here. Alright, let's see how we do this. I'm really bad at explaining this. So, shadow at the root of the tooth. Fading it out. Yeah, I guess that works. So each and every tooth gets a separate shadow. Fading it out, preferably with the light, like from the direction the light is, so the shadow would be thicker in the opposite direction of where the light is shining from, just like with any shadow. I have the feeling this is going to be a bit of a longer episode. There's a lot of nitpicky stuff in this one. Basically, the point of every indentation in the gum, besides showing where the bone is, the deal with that is that I don't really link it to the shadow at the root. It's heading towards it, but I don't link it, just to show that there is a portion between the two shadows that's facing the light, so it doesn't, I'm not cheating. Because if you link it, it just looks like a tube that the tooth is sprouting from, and that's not the idea that one goes for when doing this. I'm not even sure if you can see what I'm talking about, but hey, at least I'm talking. For a person that's never had to explain something regarding their craft or hobby to anyone, this isn't the most natural thing in the world for me. But I'm trying. Points for effort, at least. Alright, let's see. Same deal on this side. Longer shadow, the further away it is from the light. That's basically going to be it for the mouth. I'm not going to do the lips now because I don't want to stretch it out too long. I'm going to do the lips when I do the the chin and the rest of the mouth, and the rest of the face. Still 2 episodes there is to go, I guess. The eyebrows in the top part of the head, and then the chin and the lips in the lower side of the face. So hopefully this was somewhat helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.